All right. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one, we're going to talk about the Tesla Model Y inventory and how it is starting to go down. Vehicles are starting to sell and what actually might happen in the very near future for the Tesla Model Y pricing that could potentially happen. Plus a bunch of different topics, including Tesla just updated their website, massive price cuts for Tesla, but Tesla still hold value. And it seems like Tesla might have stopped model orders for a certain model. We'll get into it. But before we get into any of that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can get the best Tesla buying guide out there that has links to all the best credit unions and interest rates and banks out there. Some of them as low as 2.99 to 3.7%. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We've got David, Ben. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining. If you want to check it out, Patreon link down below in the description. All right, so let us take a look at this. Shout out to Jeff Lutz on Twitter. Quote, Tesla inventory, Model Y down again. The Model Tesla will build 3-to-1 this quarter is approaching zero inventory. Zero inventory is far worse than being slightly high, as stockouts slow sales velocity. Tesla may have to raise prices. Hat tip to Tesla data, which of course, if you recognize this screenshot, this is Matt Jung's inventory chart that we constantly take a look at, that we look at all the time. And of course, this right here on the screen right now is all of Tesla inventory aggregated together, which is on the increase, which is on the up and up. But of course, that's Model 3, Model Y, S, and X. But jumping to Model Y specifically, inventory is starting to trend downwards and downwards. And this is of course because if you don't know what just happened very, very recently, there was a massive $3,000 price discount across the board on all of the Model Y trims. So of course that's Model Y long range all-wheel drive, Model Y standard range all-wheel drive with 279 miles, and of course the Model Y performance at 53,990. So of course, most of you out there, a lot of you, myself included, think that this is a very awesome deal at the price points that are at. And of course, if you stack on the $7,500 federal tax credit that you see right here in the top right hand of the screen, that brings the vehicle price, if you factor it in, much, much less. And of course, if you use financing partners like Tenet down below in the description, where you can offset or even defer that $7,500 to federal tax credit to the end or out of the loan, and then that nets you a lower monthly payment. So that can really result in a very substantially lower monthly payment. So check it out. Tenet link down below in the description. But, this is what we see. This is what usually happens. Tesla inventory, especially the Model Y, because of these price discounts, because more people feel like it's a better deal, it will swing up and down. So this is what I can tell you. This is what's happened in the past, taking a look at these most recent, roller coasters, as we can call it, on the graphs. When inventory would spike up, that would be because there was a lot of Model Y inventory that was Model Y standard range, all-wheel drive coming into the mix. But it looks like that there's a little bit of something else that's going on right now, because right now, if we take a look at the trim model mix for the Tesla Model Y, we see long range, 116 vehicles in stock, Model Y all-wheel drive, 61 vehicles in stock. But this could be because we know there's something that Tesla does a little bit differently in terms of vehicles shown onto the website. They really only show one configuration of one vehicle per location on the website. And to think about this a little bit more, the Model Y long range has a little bit more configurations than what the Model Y could have in full. So I'll explain what that means. So the Model Y long range, if that theory is correct, which we do know, they only show one configuration of one type of vehicle sell at one per location. Well, the Model Y long range, because there's slightly more options than the Model Y all-wheel drive, and really the biggest one that could double the count is the 7-seat interior. On the Model Y long range, you of course can get the 7-seat interior, which gives you those extra seats, and it costs a staggering $4,000, which could be a good price or it could be a not price, depending on what you're thinking. But the Model Y all-wheel drive standard range does not allow you to get the 7-seat interior. So if you think about it this way, that gives you that many combinations more that you could be showing onto the website. And so that could be why there are basically, as we can see on the screen here, double the amount of long-range all-wheel drives available for sale that are posted onto the website versus the Model Y all-wheel drive. So I don't know, take that for whatever it's worth, but it seems like what is happening is that Tesla Model Y inventory only starts to spike up when we see Model Y all-wheel drive production come out from Giga Austin, all these different factories. And that could be what is going on right now. We're just seeing it at a little bit less aggressive or downslope or upslope matter here because people are actually going to keep buying them. But if we keep seeing this go lower and lower with inventory starting to decrease at a more rapid pace, then we could certainly see some sort of price increase that Jeff Lutz could be talking about. And we've talked about this yesterday, Tesla's upcoming price increase and, what might happen. And, Tesla, we do know, looks at production inventory all the time. And in the past, they have done subtle price increases once they know or see that people are starting to buy vehicles. They'll increase it a little bit just to maybe mess with pricing to give this illusion that the vehicle is hot and so more people could potentially take a delivery. We don't know. It's all speculation at this point. But the last time this happened, that of course was the massive price cut, $13,000 from $65,000 down to, or $66,000 down to $53,000, a massive $13,000 price cut. And not later, only like 10 days, 11 days later, Tesla increased the price of only the Model Y all-wheel drive version up $500. And then a few weeks after that, they increased it another $1,500 for a full $2,000 higher than the massive low price of $52,990. And so of course right now it's priced at $49,990. It's like basically $50,000, and it does qualify for the full $7,500 federal tax rate, so you really have nothing to be worried about that. But I do recommend, if you are in the market to buy a vehicle, please try and wait till June if you can, because that's the end of the second quarter. But at the same time, you should lock in your pricing, because that way you'll get protected against any sort of price increases that Tesla might do in the near future. So throw in an order, lock it in, and then just try and stall as much as you can. But there's a certain point where Tesla might not allow you to stall past a certain point as well. But I've always recommended, if you need a vehicle ASAP, super quick, like today or even this next coming week or even this weekend, because another thing that could be happening right now with this inventory going down with the Tesla Model Y is, you got to remember, it is the last week of the month right now. And in traditional dealership legacy automotive sales, the last week is definitely the highest amount of action and traction that they're going to sell a lot of different vehicles. And so maybe if we're thinking macroly around what could be going on in the market, maybe people are going to dealerships trying to buy the vehicle, they're giving up, and then they say, oh yeah, there's a Tesla right there. Let's go try them out and see what could happen if they can sell me a car at the end of the day. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you need to 100% buy a vehicle today, definitely go to waitingfortesla.com. It's a third-party aggregator site which links you down to tesla.com, so you can then go ahead and reserve it. It's just a little bit of an easier way to see all the different discounted vehicles and where they're at. Like this one right here on the screen, it's a Tesla Model Y long range all-wheel drive, blue with black interior, amazing color combo. I love that color combo. 5-seater, and it has a $1,280 discount. So if you click the reserve button, it takes you to the Tesla website, and then you can give Tesla your money and purchase the vehicles. So, this is a fantastic option. I've literally had almost this exact combo, except it was a performance. And if I were to do it again, I've thought about this a little bit, I would probably get performance again. And maybe switch out or swap out the 21-inch rims. But the biggest thing I'm probably waiting for, like personally, if the Model Y comes out with air suspension, OEM, and stock, I might consider getting another Model Y because it just really is the best value vehicle, dollar for dollar, size for size. Model X is nice, but I don't know if it's really worth the higher price at the end of it, unless you've got a huge family, kids, and all that stuff. Or even the Model X Plaid is definitely, it's just a cool vehicle, and you get the 6 seats and all that stuff, but definitely a very cool vehicle. But we're going to jump into our next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel. So definitely check it out if you're interested.